You're now tuned in to the number one podcast. I give you New Wave Shop Talk, Shop Talk, Shop Talk. New Wave Shop Talk, New Wave, New Wave. Got something on your mind? Let's talk about it. Shop Talk, Shop Talk. Leave a comment, we'll talk about it. New Wave, New Wave.
Talk about these white women, you know what I'm saying, and these rappers taking up all the good acting jobs. All these them acting gigs. So all y'all directors, holla at your boy.
You're now tuned in to the number one podcast.
It's funny. Welcome. New Wave Shop Talk, man. This is episode whatever.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? I'm the host, Dina Boy Juice, man. And to my right, we got
The FLAWC double E to the B, man.
to the B, man. To my left, we got
It's your boy, man. SD, Pasadena Sean. It's all the same.
yes. And on the Couch Cartel, we got the youngin.
I'm Pasadena Pop, Pasadena Sean, son.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he laid
some energy
back,
about
you know
yourself,
what I'm saying?
man.
He laid back. I asked him if he wanted a shot of Red Bull, but you know he declined
No.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Get some energy about yourself, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You here for the
there you
world.
go. You know what I'm saying? Got your fresh Altadena Pasadena shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Fresh from Phoenix,
Bought it on his
Arizona.
own.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh from Phoenix, Arizona. You know it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know
That's
what
where
I'm
I'm
saying?
at, but I don't claim that.
Yeah. You know you go pro, right? Say you go to not even pro. Say you go to college, right? Say you go to Kentucky. They can be like starting Pasadena Pop from Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Am I lying?
No. Because that's going to
That's
make
just what
me
they gonna
mad.
say. That's
Unless
just
you
what
tell
they
them.
gonna say. You be
Man,
like,
I just
I'ma
lived
tell
in
him.
Arizona. I'm originally from California.
I'll speak.
You'll speak up. You gonna go to the commentator like, hey, You gonna give a number tumble? No. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, he's from by way of Pasadena.
Thank you.
Pasadena. You know how they don't know how to say Pasadena.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the grass is greener.
You know what I'm saying? Fella, these are misdemeanors. Street sweeper, help you clean the street up. Yeah, you don't know nothing about that. Anyway, man, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, can't complain, man. Nice day today.
Beautiful
Some-
the last 2 days. But,
Yeah. You know, got back on my hop today. I was telling Flossie. Felt good today, man. Taking my vitamins, my Shilajit.
Okay.
You know, I told him we was talking before you came in. That's why I didn't answer the phone, by the way.
Yeah.
But no, I was telling him.
But you heard me.
Got back in the gym. Felt good today, man. Like I feel really good. My energy was really down yesterday, man.
What gym you going to?
Planet Fit.
Man, give me a call, man. I got a membership.
I said the same thing. I said Saturday and Sundays, man. That should be our thing.
And Saturday mornings?
Yeah, we go early.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, and then go get some breakfast after that. Chop it up.
Yes, sir. Okay. What about you, Floss?
Man, all is well, can't complain, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing on your favor.
I heard that.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, everything's been Gucci, man. All is well.
That's for sure. Pasadena Pop, how you doing over there?
I'm doing all right.
You doing all right?
Yeah.
Ready to go home?
No.
I heard that.
I'm
Wait.
out of school, and sitting at home all day is boring.
I know it is.
All you do is sit there, play the game, and eat. I don't like that.
You wanna
So
get up
that's
and
why.
I can't go outside.
Yeah, you can.
No,
Chrissy
I
there.
can't. No. At home,
Oh.
because ain't nobody there. Yeah.
It is somebody there. It's just your mama works, and you know you can't be outside by yourself, and she's not trusting. And I
But
get
she
that.
says, but she lets me walk to Walmart by myself.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's cameras everywhere on the way to
On the way,
Walmart.
huh?
Well,
Shit,
not the road I take.
I remember when we was like 11, 12, 13. We was everywhere.
Because it was a
Catching the
different
bus.
time.
Yeah.
Now, these young boys are so impressionable. You know, they be tired and, hey, man, you want a soda? Next thing you know, somebody done pulled them in the car.
Exactly.
You know, and you just, you know, it's a different time. You got to school them. A lot of young boys aren't conscious of anything. Like, oh, man, they don't look forward to nothing. I try to give them something to look forward to, you know.
Right.
Try to give them something, you know, something to look forward to on a daily basis. So then that way, you know, like we've been going to the park a lot. We've been going to like Villa Park
Yeah, we went to the
in
gym.
the gym.
today.
We went today. We went a couple days ago.
Yeah, trying to keep them active.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. But like I was telling you earlier, all the boys are playing something, and you know they trying to get it together. They just trying, you know, they all learning. But the one thing I've learned about young men is that they don't want to put the work in. They don't understand that anything worth having, you got to work for.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything worth having, you have to work for.
Facts.
You know, and take advantage of your life because you're young and you got all the opportunity and possibilities in the world. And don't sit back and let video games and other things that don't matter, you know, take over your life. Because then you'll be like a lot of people who are stuck,
Right.
you know. So
40 years old, waiting for the new game to come out.
yeah,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I kind of don't agree on is, like you said, it's a different time, right? And kids are impressionable. We grew up in the era where niggas was driving around in vans with no windows, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, asking kids that they want some candy, hopping in the car. So we grew up like in the same type of deal where we should have known better. The kids that got kidnapped and stuff like that. Now what they call it, human trafficking, because
You know
they
what's
not
funny?
just gonna kill the kids, they gonna try to make them
Get some money
sex
off 'em.
workers. You
so
know what I'm
you know
saying?
what's funny about that?
Yeah.
For me, I say this. At least in our generation, they had tactics to make us listen. Now, they don't listen,
True.
especially young African Americans. They don't listen. So with that being said, you know, it just makes it really tough.
Right.
There was a time where mom would school you. Look both ways before crossing the street. Somebody offer you a ride that you don't know. Hell no.
Right.
Somebody offer you something. Hell no. Somebody offer you candy, fruit.
Right.
They could put razor blades. They could, you know, put drugs on the kid.
Exactly.
It's multiple things.
We was in the era where your mama checked your candy before you
There
ate
you
it.
go.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
So-
Chase mine now.
So what I mean is, it was a different time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
And that
is,
time is you got back then every mom in the household, maybe not every mom, but majority of the moms were pretty much the same as far as the standards, other than other races and ethnicities. Some were the same, some weren't. But nowadays, it's very few and far between you find really good parents, man. People who are parenting their kids and involved in their life, the day-to-day, what's going on, you know, and trying to school them. And even when trying to school them, you got to be patient with them now because these little motherfuckers don't listen.
and they think they know everything.
That part right there.
we knew we
I was
didn't
just
know
about
shit.
to say that.
Look, we knew we didn't know
We-
shit.
well, I thought I knew everything until people put me in my place, and then I realized, like, damn, I don't know shit.
Right.
Till you touched that fire and got burnt.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
then
saying?
I realized, look, I don't like getting burnt.
Right.
It leaves ugly scars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, and when you don't like getting burnt, the only thing you could do, man, is try to figure it out for yourself, to put yourself in some, you know, to figure it out. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I'm watching all these shows of a lot of people in our generation who we were around and who we knew, and, you know, that went on to do major things. And now they're able to reap the benefits of it by doing podcasts,
Right.
by, you know, rebranding themselves, whether it is coming back out with the music, certain things.
Right.
And I realized that, for me, I didn't want to, succumb to a lot of the bullshit that was going on, and I didn't want to be a part of it. And then I didn't want to change. And, which hampered me in the long run. But, I don't regret it. But I think about it sometimes that if I would have did some of the things that I seen other people do, conform and do certain things,
Right.
would I be in a better position, or as far as, and who knows? But what I do know is that God had a plan for me, and I'm one of the, greatest fathers I know. Right. And to me, that's the measurement in life, when you can look at your kids and all of them are doing great things. Right. Not good things, but great things. Right. And for me, that's all I really, But I just was thinking about that.
Definitely.
And I know we've all thought about that.
Yeah. I also
we've been
feel
trying
like
to pee for hours.
I also feel like when you got the kids these days, it's not only that they'll be out there, getting kidnapped and shit. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's the impressions that the streets lead them to. You know what I'm saying? They listening to all this music, now they want to get a Draco. You know what I'm saying? They listening to all this music, now they want to sell dope. They listen to all this music, now they want to be scammers. You know what I'm saying? They want to get that instant gratification. Right. Back then, we had work ethic. Oh, you got to take the trash out. Oh, you're going to get allowance at the end of the
Saturday.
week. You know what I'm
had
saying?
To clean up before you went somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? Bumping the old school music in the house. Like, this is what we going to do. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's like, okay, the trash need to be taken out. Okay, I get to it. You know what I'm saying? You got those kids now, and it's like us as parents, we not like our parents where we, put that belt to ass for anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. We be like, all right,
But we realize now why.
Yeah.
Because
it's
what
traumatic.
It did, waking you up in the middle of the night when you didn't do the dishes, and or didn't take the trash out and going ape shit nuts.
Yeah.
Now we realize, because it's etched in our brain. Eddie Griffin said that a long time ago in the comedy show. He said, every time I went out to go do something crazy, I always thought about my mama whooping my ass. Right. And he said that always deterred me from going to do something that really, really fucked myself over. Right. And I think about that. And for me, it was the same way, because I got an ass whooping every day.
Can you say that's why we all still here?
Yes.
Because
it made us aware.
Yeah, because there was a lot of times we could have did this. Like, let me tell you this story. So I got my car stolen before, right? Got my car stolen. So I knew around about where the people was that stole the car. You know what I'm saying? So I went and picked up my mama's car. My mama I had a Caprice Classic, like a 91 white. And my mom had like a 76 Monte Carlo, nigga, the big one. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Mom, let me use your car. I'm going to go look for my car. I think them niggas be in the projects. You know what I'm saying? So, what's my boy name? Damn, I can't even think of his name. But anyway, he used to hang out with Iceman. You know Iceman, yeah. So he was like, I was like, yeah, I'm about to roll over here. And, he was like, take this 38. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, I grabbed the 38, and I was driving over there, bam, 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 and I got like halfway down the block, and I turned around like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm going to go there bare knuckles. You know what I'm saying? Right. Fuck it. I'm going to go there as a man. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm driving over there, circling the block, you know what I'm saying? Go post up, sitting, you know what I mean? Sitting back, waiting for these niggas to pull up and all that. And guess what happened? I get blurted by the ones. And since she in that car, or I'm in that car, or whatever, my mom's car, nigga, they searched the car up and down. What if I would have had that strap? Yeah. What if I wasn't thinking about it? You know what I'm saying? Right. I would have probably had to go do some time at a very young age. This is before, I was probably like 19, 20. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I would have definitely, either that would have been my first charge, my first gun charge, all types of shit.
Right.
So, it's those things that we think about, because we done got our ass whooped so many times for little shit. So we like, this might not be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when it go bad, the ones is gonna pull up. And,
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. And then I
Somebody's
coulda-
gonna say a gun was flashed, even if
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Then I could have shot a nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I got it. I ain't gonna pull it if I ain't gonna use it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It could have been out of fear. It could have been
Right.
out of fucking testing my manhood. It could have been,
Exactly.
nigga, you stole my car. You know what I'm saying? It could have been anything. It could have went all bad.
All out of emotion.
Yeah, my boy Trent. What we used to call him though. He had a name though. But anyway, yeah. He remember that story. If he ever watched this shit, he gonna be like, I remember that night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's a testament to what you just said. We got so many ass whoopings, and it made us think twice. You know what I'm saying?
Even to this day, we still think about, well, damn, nigga, that fire is hot.
Yes, sir.
You know, even now, like my favorite line is when motherfuckers talk about, you know,
Pick a
they want to
back
do
up.
some gangster shit or they want to do something. I be like, well, shit, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
If anything's gonna fuck up with me going to work tomorrow, I can't do it.
Oh, the real.
Because the truth is, and I say this, and I mean this, if I leave my house, it's a 95% chance that when I come home, we just might be homeless.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely know I'd be homeless if I left and did some dumb shit.
Yeah, so you
know
know,
what I'm saying?
I just you know, I'm at this point in my life where I'm just understanding is everything.
Yeah, definitely. Got to be the bigger person. And that
sir.
people don't even know you got to be the bigger person, but you know you got to be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Gotta
shit.
grow.
You had anything to say to add to that, Flossie, before we get into the topic?
Get off my phone, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you all said, it's definitely
You wasn't sharing?
difference in the generations as far as the way
I don't want nothing in
the
it.
upbringing. You know what I mean? And that's a cause and effect. Because, like you said, from the way that we were raised, you know, we don't want to raise our kids exactly how we were. And that's like a domino effect to where now kids, you know, they feel, you know, like they're supposed to have everything. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So,
They
you
get
know,
angry when they don't get it, don't they?
yeah, it's just, but that's just the climate. You know what I'm saying? That's their thought process.
Yeah. They got to
They
learn
feel
discipline
entitled.
is a part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel entitled to it, you know, regardless of what the circumstances or situation is. You know, they feel like, you know, the bare minimum or whatever the minimum line is for everybody else in their age group, they should have that.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And that's not how life works. But, you know, as parents, you know, since we were raised in the aggressive era and the way that we were raised and the way the people, you know, the things
We
that
knew
they
not to
did.
ask.
Right, exactly. But see, like I said, but that's the thing, like that, all of that, you know, we don't want to pass that down.
Right.
So this is, you know, what we're, you know, this is what
This
we
is-
receive
this is what we
in
get.
return.
You know, the beauty of my household is I could ask, but if I was in trouble, don't ask for shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or if I'd have did some dumb shit, don't ask for shit.
But like I
That's
said,
why
that's the
And,
difference.
and really, you know, those are still the laws we all live by, you know, because we don't want to break their spirit. And we've
Right.
talked about this before because we understand what it does to you for some people. Because if you have a number of kids, all those kids are going to have a wave of emotion. You know, and everybody can't take it. You know, everybody can't take it, whether it be you or, you know, or your brother.
Right.
You may can endure a little bit more than him.
Yeah, I know what you're
You
saying.
know, my brother may can endure a little bit more than me, or vice versa.
Right.
But you know,
It's all about who could take that no.
right?
You know, we took a lot of no's.
Yeah.
Whether
And it
like
didn't
you were
break
saying,
us.
yeah, it didn't
Because
break
we
us.
understood.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Our parents always had a backup plan to our no's. Like, oh man, Jordans come out. I want to get them Jordans. Oh no, I can't get you those Jordans, but I can get you these. You know what I'm saying? I can get you these little
These
Adidas.
Reeboks
You know what I'm
or-
saying?
yeah.
Or these Reeboks or these Lottos. You know what I'm saying? You can get some new shoes, but it ain't gonna be those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what I would do is
Shit.
be like, okay, give me the money. I'm gonna go to the mall on Saturday. She would give me the money on she'd give me the money like on Wednesday. Man, I had till Saturday.
Flip that.
Yes.
Yeah. Come with those shoes. Where you get them damn shoes at, boy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I know a
I
nigga
would
that
always-
work for
well,
Foot Locker.
She knew the good thing about my neighborhood. It was a lot of young dudes who was really having some paper.
Right.
So, you know, as I got older, well, not as I got older, as a younger dude, they used to always give me their shoes
Right.
because I wore the same size shoe as them. So, you know, they'd wear them 2 or 3 times and then, here, man, yeah. So I'd always had,
Thank
that's why I like a collection of shoes, because I always had like a nice little collection where I could switch up Vans, off little like red. I remember one time I had a pair of red Vans, and you know everybody was tripping like, man, why you got on them red Vans? They was dope,
Right.
Right.
you know.
For
I
real.
remember I had a pair of red Feelers one time. They was dope. Them was the ones I wanted. Those was the coldest ones, but they was the killer Feelers.
Right.
With the white and blue stripe. I mean, you know.
Yeah. That was, you know, but back then, you know, it was already had just the blue stripe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It just had the blue stripe back then. But then later on, they put the split in it with the white.
The white and the blue. Hassan, how you feel, man? Being a child, growing up in this era, like, do you feel like when somebody tell you no, right? Is that like the end of your world when somebody say no? Oh, you can't have that this week. You know what I'm saying? Do you be throwing tantrums? You know, we know you be crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
do you feel like that's like the end of the world when somebody tell you no?
No. Not really.
Because you know that sadness goes away real quick, huh? You're like, whatever.
What disappoints you the most as a young man?
I haven't really been disappointed for real.
Oh, that's dope.
Because if you can't come this week, you'll always come the week after.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. Oh, when you can't come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But it happens. Yep, it happens.
I'm
good.
tired.
You
Leave me
good.
alone.
Stop
good,
wiping
little
your eyes
Cuddy?
with the shirt.
You straight,
I
little Cuddy?
can't.
Oh, man. We're going to take the camera off you.
Look at him. That's
saying?
little Cuddy right there.
Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Pasadena Pop. So I did want to say this since we was doing like some, you know, fathers to kids type shit. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I just found out this last week, man, that I didn't know. Y'all probably knew, but I didn't know. You know, did y'all know that King Von dad got killed by a sniper?
Stop.
Huh? You know that? Did you know that?
His dad was a high-ranking chief and had
Yeah.
some real paper silk.
Yeah, that's what they said, man. I was looking at that like, damn. And he looked just like him.
Yep.
And his son, looked just like him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's
So,
that's the crazy thing. And they say he act just like him.
what I'm hoping that is that King Von kid's mom get that nigga out of Chicago and show him something different. Because if he gonna follow in those same footsteps, the same thing might happen.
Right.
You know, rest in peace to my cousin David Crosby. You know what I'm saying? His pops got killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like he got killed around the same age.
Right.
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So it's like,
Did his brother ever pass or anything happen to his brother? No.
which one?
David's brother.
No. He's straight. He's straight. Yeah, he looked just like
Yeah,
you too.
looked just like him.
Yeah, but no. He's straight. But that cycle continues, and if the parent that's still around with that child don't show them something different, and I feel like you can't show the kid something different in the same environment. You know what I'm saying? You got to like pick up and move and pick up and go away, because it's gonna be, I hate to say it, it's gonna be the same effect.
Yeah.
You know, they gonna have a kid, and then, you know, they might meet their demise on trying to be what they pops was, what people telling them about their pop, because they don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you this too. Another thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration: genetics is something else. Because a lot of the times, you know, when your pop dies, you inherit the spirit, so you embody that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
So you saying it don't matter where you go?
it matters where you go.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say they need to change the environment.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say
totally.
this: everybody who come from the hood ain't gonna do some fuck shit. Because we know a lot of people who do now. Let's say there are some people who break the generational curses. Young men who recognize that, hey, you know what? They got some little understanding and some little education behind them or some common sense, and they understand that, look, it can't go this way.
Right.
You know?
Let me say this real quick. So, like, we got a lot of people that, you know, may have gangbanged or was a hustler or did all of this shit, but you got like a select few gentlemen who live that life that don't bring their kids around to that area. You know what I'm saying? They got enough respect for their child not to speak to them in gang tone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those are the kids that really be making it. Because if you look at a lot of stuff, you would be like say you look at sports, right? And they be like, yeah, my dad, you know, he locked up or whatever. They didn't bring their child up like they was brought up. Because some people, they cognitive about how they live and they don't want that to be the effect. You know what I'm saying? Just like we was talking about Ronnie, right? So, you know, he got killed with his daughter. They said he just picked her up 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
And they went straight there and that happened. And it's like, you live in this life, you can't bring your child around to nothing you got going. You know what I'm saying? Now, you take them to fucking bowling, Top Golf, you take them to the Dodger game, we talking about LA shit. You know what I'm saying? You take them to football, sporting events, things like that, basketball games, art museums, you know what I'm saying? Different high school basketball games, you know what I'm saying? You take them to do things that's people from your neighborhood are not doing on the regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You take them to show them like this world is a big place. Even though we still in the city or right outside the city, it's other things to do besides be, like he was just saying, stay in the house and play video games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This world is big, you know, and that's how we started the conversation, thinking about when we was younger and we used to be out there and running around. We used to play this thing called World Tag, nigga. Nigga, you'll be it for a week. You know what I'm saying? Fucking around. You won't see the homie for a week because he hiding from you. He see you, but you don't see him. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is doing different things and living their life, man. So, you know, for all y'all that's raising y'all kids in the same light that y'all live, man, we just gotta either you don't show them or you just talk to them like, yeah, I don't want this for you. That's why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? What's that saying, man? I walk so you could run. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't glorify it.
Yeah, definitely don't glorify it. I be seeing people like, oh, this is my son, blood, or that's my son, cuz, or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
no,
that
your
ain't
son
cool.
gonna be saying the same shit in 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
cool.
So, you know, we just
There's
gotta.
some people who want that.
Yeah.
No, that's off top of the stuff.
And that's what we
You know
talking
I'm
about, the people that
But,
don't.
you know what I mean? But yeah, let's not glorify it because regardless, you know, they're gonna seek the information. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's what your kids do as they get older, and especially if they in the same surroundings and environment. You know, just like Dina. You know what I'm saying? So, and like that's funny because like today, you know, I had to take my son to the ER, and I ran into one of the homies, and he was like, "Well, you know, like your dad is one of the coolest cats in the town, man. You know what I'm saying?" He was like, "But you already know that, though, huh?" You know what I mean? One of the homies from the town. So it's funny because he's telling my son that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know, that's versus like, oh man, your dad, you know, your dad is, you know,
Super
yeah,
blood.
you know,
Super
yeah,
Crip.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the type of, you know what I mean, things we, you know, want to bring, you know, a shine to, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes to your kids. So
That kind of hurt my son because, like, when I took him to PHS, I probably should have took him to Mirror. Come to think about it, because he got turned off from sports his first day at school. You know what I'm saying? I took him up there to register, seen all the old coaches, all the
Right.
ex people that went to school with me, bringing their kids.
exactly.
Man, you know who your daddy is, man. Your daddy this, your daddy that. You can
Right.
play like your daddy. Oh man, we happy to have you here. Oh, you gonna play basketball? You gonna do this? And my son was like, I can't live up to this shit.
They don't like
You know what I'm
expectations.
saying? Like, can't live up to this shit. And he was like, I'm not playing basketball my freshman year. And I'm like, you not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what are you talking about? You
Yeah,
love hooping.
exactly, right.
You know what I'm saying? Go out there and get better. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be.
Right.
I'm trying to push him. Like, you're gonna be better than me. You're
Yeah,
gonna be better than me.
exactly.
Like, I wasn't shit.
Thank
Like,
you.
if these niggas thought I was something and I know I wasn't shit, you're gonna be way better.
Better than me.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But and athletes, that's why you seldomly see a child NBA, a star of an NBA player, go on to be in the NBA.
It's
You know
rare.
what I'm saying?
Steph Curry's rare.
It's rare.
No, I mean, there's
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I'm
them in the league. It's
Yeah.
just it's not
No,
many.
superstar.
It's not many that shine.
Superstars.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
Top
There's not
tier.
many that shine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We've
saying?
had a couple.
But there's a lot that are in the league.
Glenn
But
Robinson
it's just,
Jr. was all right.
No,
for
yeah,
a short period of
yeah. I
time.
mean, the boy Brunson is
Yeah.
Brunson is better than
Yeah,
his
his
daddy.
daddy. Yeah.
Uh,
Bobo was better than his daddy, but they won't give him a shot.
Steph is better than his daddy.
Yeah, he's
I
better
mean,
than his daddy.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely, definitely.
But Clay is better than his daddy. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
the analogy I'm really trying to get to, right? Because you're all talking about kids that's better than their daddy,
Right.
right? Name one superstar.
Like an MJ.
Hakeem Olajuwon, MJ,
Charles
Barkley, all of these
Magic
top
Johnson.
dudes. Like, their kids
Larry Bird.
are not gonna live up to them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And we don't. Bronny, the book is still out on him because
No,
you know
but
he's
no,
just a.
but I
rookie.
know what you're saying.
But you know what I'm saying? If your son was, if your dad was just subpar and he not barely in the league, but he in the league and he doing what he do, you know what I'm saying? You could always be like, man, I'm gonna be better than this dude. I'm gonna be better than this dude. But when your daddy is at the top, one of those guys, all-star all the time, championships, you gonna think in your mind like, shit, man, I can't live up to that. Even if you could be better.
Right.
Your mind, they mind state is like, I can't do it.
No, that's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
That
That's
is
facts.
facts. And you know what's funny about that is that all you got to do is keep working.
Yeah.
And a lot of young men don't look at it like that because they don't have that drive, that dog in them. Now, it's different. Also, too, you got to look at it like this. And then, too, you got a lot of kids who, they really didn't have their daddy. Like, you have a Tim Hardaway Jr., where him and his daddy really didn't have no relationship until later on.
Right.
Right.
And then, he was his worst critic. And, fucked with his game. And now finally in Detroit, he doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But his dad is more of a spectator and just a critiquer instead of being his fucking, his worst critic.
Right.
For what you just said, the biggest thing for that is Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Karl Malone had the daughter by the young girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Was under 18, had a baby by her. And then she made it to the WNBA. And she was like, yeah, my dad don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My dad refused to acknowledge me because, he had a baby by a girl that was
Underage.
fucking underage. You know what I'm saying? Then his son made it to the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't fuck with him either.
And
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
And then what's funny, I think he just went to jail or something.
Ooh.
The son or something. I just seen something like that about Karl Malone's kids.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You can check it out real quick. But yeah, and that's like, so what he was saying is he don't fuck with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Or the parent don't really fuck with the kid. Now, in the kid's mind, they like, oh, I'm gonna get there to show my dad I am that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Larry
saying?
Bird's daughter.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get that from a kid who feel like he was like, nigga, fuck my daddy. I'ma show this nigga what he was missing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give all of this shit to my mom and look at this nigga like you stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
Motivation.
it's definitely their type of motivation. But I feel like if those kids were in Karl Malone's life and he was the giving father that, the money
You
showed
should have
him,
been. Yeah.
They wouldn't have had that dog.
they probably wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't have had that dog in them to want to fight like that. They would
Right.
have been like, oh, and that's what I'm getting to, saying that kids that's superstars, children never make it because everything is handed to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you look
Right.
at Michael Jordan's son. He out here getting high and stuff and all that and getting caught, but it's not really about that. That nigga's on some other shit. He a marketing genius.
Right.
He's creating shoes for Jordan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he found his niche, but it wasn't basketball.
Exactly.
You know
There's
what I'm saying?
nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But as
Like
long as your
Denzel's
child
son.
finds their niche, Denzel's son is an actor though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't even think he got Washington as his last name. But I don't think he was the one that's like, I'm Denzel's son, I need this role.
Right,
No, he worked his
exactly.
way up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He
Facts.
worked his way up. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? I don't know, but that chicken smelling good. It's just me, I eat ribs.
Don't be shit.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was, and we got all that from King Von. But y'all wanted to talk about Worthy, right? Go ahead, Ash. Or you want to bring that pot? I don't know. You slang it.
I set it up, and you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs rookie sensation Xavier Worthy on Monday was taken to jail for domestic violence, and it was crazy because a couple days later they said that all charges were dropped. So I'm thinking it was something fishy. So my son proceeds to tell me this today, that
Xavier
Speak
Worthy's
up.
charges were dropped because his girlfriend lied. Well, his fiance lied that because she was cheating on him, and the way he found out is because he had hired a private investigator to figure out because he had suspicions. Then she had ripped out all of his hair.
She ripped his hair out.
Yeah. All of it.
Damn, he had dreads.
Yeah. And charges were dropped. And
cold game. Man, you know, however it may play out, I'm happy that they got to the truth.
Yeah.
Because that happens an awful lot, and a lot of people don't get no redemption.
Right.
So, you know, if something didn't happen, shout out to that brother for getting down to the truth.
Yeah, definitely, man. And when you live in a life, and like me, I always said if I was like a rich guy, clothing, brand, I'm still gonna want a regular female. Got a regular job, not even a regular job, but a career. You know what I'm saying? Doing what she like to do or whatever. Because I mean, you go out for these glamour girls. They not in love with you. They in love with the aspect of the money that you come with.
Lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying? So they gonna have whatever it is that they had before they came with you. Whether that's an ex-boyfriend who they paying. You know what I'm saying? Paying their bills with your money, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? These girls is. Girls in the world ain't nothing but trouble. So next time the girl gives you the play, just remember my rhyme and get the hell away. You know what I'm saying? Because she's searching for you. You know what I'm saying? He probably better at a club or on the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
you don't want to end up like when she rise.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like none of these dudes that's going out for the girls that, heavily made up in the club. Fake this, fake that, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, they only looking for a meal ticket, you know what I'm saying? And
Nice.
she almost got it. She almost got that wedding ring, you know what I'm saying?
So close.
So close, but he was like, you know what I'm saying? He probably didn't even have no suspicion. He probably was just like, let me just check and see if this the one for me. You know what I'm saying? Because them girls be slick, you know what I mean? Them girls be slicker than a can of oil. Then the nigga don't ever call me. I will call you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They don't be on no bullshit like this is our meal ticket. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get in this and I'm gonna call you when I got free time or whenever he gone. He always on the road. He always
Right.
practicing. He always training.
Like
So-
Travis Hunter.
Like Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? But he young, dumb, and hopefully when he get to the league and he start talking to grown-ups, he get in the locker room and start talking to grown-ups. They're going to let him know, at least the married ones that's in real relationships, going to let him know, like, bro, you looking stupid. You out here looking stupid. This girl saying this, she's saying that, she's saying that. She not with you, bro. She loved the fact of being with you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because if any girl can come out, like, I don't give a damn if it was true. If my girl wanted to go to the club and I'd be like, I don't want to go to the club, but I'll be posted up outside waiting for you to get out. If that was the truth, you ain't got to tell that to nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for her to just want to get these sound bites, these sound clips and all of that just to make herself relevant, she don't know. She looking like an evil monster.
Right.
And somebody is going to really get in his ear. I know Dion done told him, but it's going to take a peer, meaning not a coach.
Right.
It's going to take somebody that's playing with him to be like, it might take 17, 20 times for them to tell him.
Right.
But I believe, hopefully, he ain't married her yet, right?
No.
Yeah, so, hopefully it's before the marriage, but, within 90 days you can get that shit annulled.
Well, they planning on it.
She's planning on it. He just going along for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she did buy like $100,000 truck.
With what money?
His.
Exactly. So, when women be like, oh, I bought him this truck. No, you just picked the truck out.
That's basically him just buying himself a truck.
Yeah, that's all you did. You picked the truck out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, granted, you saved the money that I gave you to buy me something. I kind of love that aspect of it, because if I give a woman, say I give her $1,000 every month, and at the end of the year she go buy me a Rolex that costs like 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That means something. That means she saved her money that I gave her. You know what I'm saying? But he was already making like 3-4 mil, so 100,000. He done probably gave that to her on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You just gotta watch.
Hey man, I want to shout out one of our partners, man, Kuda Mac. He done knocked him something finally.
Oh,
after all these years, he done knocked him something.
There it is.
And she actually like him.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
So I say that to say this is somebody for everybody.
There it is. There. Yeah. Shout out to
I'm gonna drink to that.
OT, man.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Yeah, man. Why not, man? Take a sip or two.
You got hating ass Shy. You know what I'm saying? Hating on my boy Kuda right now.
I'm not hating.
He said it as a congratulatory thing.
Because it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
put
I'm glad my nigga finally got something. I told him today, man, he deserve it. You know, shit. Ain't no hate.
Yeah.
Ain't no hate. Not at all. If I was hating, I would have been talking shit. But I said, congratulations. I'm giving him a shout out because I want the world to know he bounced back.
That nigga said it's something for everybody.
Yeah, like, nigga, double entendre.
Nigga, I feel that way. Shit, I got lucky. This motherfucker love me.
Oh, man, stop it, man. We just talked about your jersey. Be quiet. You're a fucking 14-time All-American.
20 summers.
20 summers, you know what I'm saying? But nigga held it down for 20 summers. Shit. Oh, man. So, yeah, man, we got a surprise for when SG get married. You know what I'm saying? We gonna hit y'all with something never seen before. First of its kind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna work on that shit. That shit gonna be super dope. It's gonna be funny to us, but everybody else gonna be like, oh, this shit is hard as hell. You feel me? Hell yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to Cooter, man. You know what I'm saying?
He deserves some pimping in his life, man. You know, when you ain't had no pimping in your life for a long time, man, it does something to your psyche.
Everybody deserve to be happy.
And that's my whole point.
Yeah,
And that's really my dog, man. And I really, I always want the best for him.
Exactly.
And he actually really deserves it, man.
Solid dude, man.
And I didn't mean nothing. I didn't mean nothing by
Oh, no,
what I mean by somebody for everybody, because it's somebody that love my raggedy ass. So
Facts.
and it ain't easy to love us. So
Yeah, definitely.
So with all that being said,
See, senor.
So you been a player. You know what? We ain't even gonna say that. I want to get into this fan topic. You know what I'm saying? But I'm probably gonna be the only one that can answer this. No. So their question was, shout out to Bonnie. You know what I'm saying? The question was, why don't black men value marriage and family like other cultures? And it's this nigga married and
I could
he
tell-
on his way to get married.
I could tell you why, though.
Go ahead.
I can tell you why. It's because a lot of our women's expectations are just unreal. And, you know, our women want the world, and the moment they can't get what they want from us, they feel it's necessary. Some, not all, feel it's necessary to go find it other places. And it's proven. Whether you're a young man and you're trying to do something, whether you're an older man and you're trying to do something. We was just talking about it right now. This dude is in the NFL, and yet and still his little thing is cheating.
Right.
So you know, but that's really what it is, because with us, there's really no loyalty, and a lot of the good ones are already taken because they don't want to deal with niggas who are wounded. They don't. I'm sorry, not niggas. I'm sorry. They don't want to deal with men who are wounded, hurt from their past, or jaded in any way when it comes to moving forward.
Right.
And a lot of brothers suffer from that. And, you know, old relationship syndrome. That's what, you know.
For sure.
Because of that, you know.
ORS.
Yeah.
We just made some shit up.
Old relationship syndrome, because the truth of it is that, you know, niggas forgive, but they don't forget.
Yeah, we all carry baggage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But we see signs sometimes. We see traits.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes
Just like the last bitch.
Yeah, and that, you know, even if you don't say it, you try to wait and see. Some are, and then that's when you make your determination to get the fuck on or ghost them. But then some, you know, you're able to see, you know. But that's what I think.
It's a lack of examples.
Okay.
You know, when we were coming up, there was always an example of someone that you can, you know, see, you know, that had been in a long-term marriage relationship, you know, that you know, looked up to as far as what the ideal marriage was.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a change, man. And there's no grandparents and grandfathers and grandmothers aren't the grandmothers that raised us.
Yeah.
You know, there's a change just within our culture in the moral premise of how relationships are looked at. You see what I'm saying? Because now mama got a life too. Like, that's like our type of aspect, the culture that we live in now. It's like mama got a life too. You see what I'm saying? Versus, you know, that nurturing aspect, you know, of the grandparents that raised us.
Right.
You know, and being that example. But like I said, that's the thing. Like now, like you said, if someone's not getting what they want out of a relationship, they just leave it.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, that's just something like, you know, black people liking fried chicken. You see what I'm saying? It's just something of a stigmatism, you know.
Even though everybody don't like it.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? But it's just like, that's what that is. It has that type of feel and coof to it. Because, like I said, there's just no more examples. Things have changed. People have changed. Culture has changed. Society is changing. You know, it's not what it used to be. You know, people used to think 40 years old was old. That people think that's young now. It's a whole different culture.
Yeah.
So
I got to piggyback off of what S said. Like, it be going off the expectations and the past trauma that you see from other relationships. My biggest thing is this: like, women, they want a motherfucker to, oh, I need this, I need that, I need you to do this for me, I need you to do that for me. But the women that are married, that do get married, are the women that always be like, what do you need, baby? You know what I'm saying? What can I do for you? Because a man, if you a real man, if a woman is willing to do things that you want done, it's nothing that you won't do for that woman. But when a woman is always trying to take, it's like, well, fuck, I ain't got no more to give. What you gonna give me? At some point, we gonna need something. I don't give a damn if it's a massage. Like, oh, my neck hurt. Like, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if a woman gonna let you go to sleep with your neck hurting, because we don't feel like we need to be like, hey, can you give me a massage? My neck hurt. I done told you 17 times, but you still ain't tried to rub my neck, or, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even told me to go take a hot shower. You ain't even told me to go put some Epsom salt in the bathtub and, you know what I'm saying, soap. And then you go, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gave me no solution to my problem.
Right.
But you want a solution to every problem you got. You know what I'm saying? I seen some shit today that said dating in 2025 is like this. Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing? The bitch, these are text messages. Hey, baby, how you doing? Text message back from her. Getting evicted. Eviction notice paper. Oh, damn, that's messed up. So, you know, what you doing Friday? Gas bill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what you, like, I don't even know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How are you going to come to me with all of these problems that you had before you even met me?
Exactly.
To think that I'm going to just come in your life and be like, bam. You know what I'm saying? And what really kills me from social media is you see these videos that say, oh, let's go out Friday. Oh, okay, for sure. Well, it's gonna be $220 for my nails. It's gonna be $400 for my hair. Like, okay, bitch. All I need is a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if you wear your hair in a bun on the first date. I'm just trying to get to know you.
Right.
Maybe I will do everything that you need, but how would you know that if I don't get to know who you are? You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, the dating aspect is totally different, because you got to weed through all of these women that want stuff from you without giving you herself. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
she gonna give you the pussy. Excuse my French. She gonna give you her body. You know what I'm saying? But she not gonna give you anything else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's working.
Like,
Because
shit.
that don't mean nothing to her.
Yeah,
Quick
but-
told us in the 90s. This all I
Pussy
want to
fast
say.
and get Big Mac.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's facts. But like I said, once again, it leads back to these examples. They getting all the examples from social media. So that's the facade, and that's the brainwashing aspect of it. Like you said, that affects our culture so much. It's because that's where they get the examples from. So since they see these reels and stories and shit on social media, they think all of that, like, that's what their life is supposed to be.
And I try to tell him that nigga Jackson, whatever his name is, that nigga was cheating on his broad, had other kids and all that. And then the
Who's Jackson?
social media relationship guru. Right?
Yeah, you already
telling the women they don't want a man to do this, they don't want a man to do that, a man needs to do this, a man needs to do that. Come to find out, he been cheating on this bitch for 10 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got babies on the side that she didn't even know about. And then when she come on to be crying and shit, she on there with a rag on her head, looking homely, while he looking like a superstar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least have your girl get dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
have her look presentable just like you look presentable. You know what I'm saying? So, like you were saying, they look at these reels and it's 10 seconds, 20 seconds of somebody's life, and they really think that that's how the whole thing is.
Exactly.
And it's not like that.
It's not.
Them niggas fighting, them niggas
Exactly.
arguing.
But
All
you just
day.
not
You know what I'm
seeing that.
saying?
You know
Just
why?
that you not seeing
But when that camera come on, boy,
Yeah.
they have that chemistry on camera.
Yeah.
No, but that's because
It-
that's how they get their money. Of
Correct.
course you're gonna.
Correct.
That's just like
Yeah.
watching
Correct.
a soap opera. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's the
But it's
same
hard to
thing.
have chemistry on
You know
camera
what I'm
with
saying?
somebody.
But
once
still.
you got it, you got it.
Yeah, but still, the thing is, like I said, it's a facade, it's an illusion. But other motherfuckers really try to apply that to themselves in their life, and that's not what this shit is about. You have to have that understanding and aspect. Like, this shit is entertainment. This shit is not reality. This is not reality TV. It's not reality TV. Majority of that shit is written. So, like I said, but like I said, this is the facade that we've been fed to brainwash, so motherfuckers just fall victim to it because they really think that that's how life is supposed to be.
And they sit there and
it's
watch
not.
it all day.
Yeah, but and that's the problem. So
Yeah.
once you start to regurgitate what you take in,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So that's the problem and issue. And like I said, that's really what it is. But like I said, with our culture, it's like since we are the culture that gets vultured the most, right? You know, we can appeal to other people's, you know, aspect of whatever they trying to brainwash us with, because they're trying to be us. So there's going to be a certain appeal to that, regardless of their, you know, race, creed, or whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So we appeal to that, you know, because we've always been underdogs. So that's the problem, though, because we're the ones that's putting all the energy into the shit.
In the real day-to-day life.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the issue. But like I said, like, it's like, you know, a thorn in your side, because like we have to understand that this shit is entertainment, but people don't take it as such. And like you said,
They take
nobody,
it for
if you don't
they
do
take it
your research,
verbatim.
yeah, they think is, you know, full spectrum, you know, fully blown. This is what it. No, that's not what it is. This shit is fake. But like I said, if you're not able to tell tell the real from the fake, you're gonna fall victim to the facade.
Part
You
right
see what I'm
there.
saying?
Don't
So
think all that
that's
shit's
the
real.
problem.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to understand that. And a relationship, you know, is pretty much what you make it. If you want to be in it, you'll do the things that it takes to maintain it.
And don't look at your man and think that he's supposed to like pull all the weight. Like your man is not. Your man is the man. He's supposed to do providing stuff and this and that. But it take two to tango. You know what I'm saying? What are you providing for him?
But
You know?
But let me tell you, this is how cold it is. Like I said, due to this, it's like the outside influences, right? So it might be a good man or woman that's in a relationship, and they with a dog ass nigga, but now they gonna end up with a side piece because it's a nigga that know they a good woman or a good man. They gonna be like, well, shit, I'm gonna align my shit with this. So when this dog motherfucker on the opposite end of the relationship, you know, when that shit get old, I'll be right here.
Right.
So it's niggas out here that be vulturing niggas' relationships because they know the nigga's a good person, but the nigga they in a relationship with is treating them like shit.
Yeah, but that I hear what you're saying, but once again, but that's kind of that man's fault for being that asshole.
Yeah, but it's
You
man
know what
or
I'm saying?
woman. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that in our culture, that's a big issue because that's what happens. Niggas will sit back, and they'll be patient. They'll be like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this shit to fall apart.
Yeah,
nigga, and I'm
we
gonna
told
go right
women
in.
that
Hold
all the
on.
time. That niggas
Hold
will
on
sit
to
there
you.
and wait for 10 years for a nigga to fuck up, and they'll stay single the whole 10 years, waiting on this one. And shit,
Got a girl.
you know, I'll be like, oh shit, yeah,
Good luck.
yeah. You know,
No,
see how
but
that
what
works.
I'm
Good
saying
luck.
is that shit goes down.
No, it does go down. I'm saying the same thing.
that
I'm
shit
saying the
goes
same
down.
thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been on, but y'all want to keep going or y'all want to, you know?
You see, he ready.
Y'all want to talk about the Odell shit?
What's up? What the?
Nah. Let's get some more information. Well, you got the information, but
That nigga
wanna
skimmed
say
through
that.
it.
No, I didn't skim through it, nigga.
You read it?
It was an article, nigga.
You read the
What I
whole
was
article?
saying. Yeah, like I said, that's why I got the other names, because I skimmed through the article and seen what it said. Like I said, that's how I found out the case that it was associated with.
Okay, so we're gonna do this last one.
So-
Hold on, real quick, because we got to give credit. Pasadena Pop,
Pasadena Pop.
you know what I'm saying? He was saying people was added to the Diddy shit, and we was like, nigga, where you get that from? Focal Media.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
We looked it up and it was
you know,
true.
we looked it up and it was true. You want to preference it before we get into it? Pasadena Pop.
Or you
It's
off?
on you. It's on you, player. You can bring it up.
Speak up, though. You gotta have some
blessed
energy.
us. You laced our boots. Young Kevin.
So what happened today?
So tell us what it do, man.
What happened?
Break the news for him, pimpin'.
Come on, Dan Rather.
Give him the urban.
Listen,
Give him
man,
the
listen.
urban.
You can't be like this
Listen,
on TV,
listen,
man. You got to be
Just
ready.
about to-
Listen, Pasadena Pop. So you watch the news, right?
No.
You don't watch no news.
No.
You watch sports.
Yes.
You watch YouTube.
So they have commercials. right? They have commercials. They have times before the show, and they be just sitting back there eating,
I watch
blah blah
Sports
blah.
Center.
Okay, same thing. They be sitting there eating, doing whatever they doing. But soon as that camera get on them, they be like, "Hey, I'm Stan Verrett. You know what I'm saying? You on ESPN, and hey, this is going on today. The Lakers, man, they balling right now. They done won 8 in a row, but then they ran into Boston, and that's how you got to be. You can't come on the mic and be like, ha, 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 ha. You got to be like, hey, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? On this Diddy stuff, you know, they was talking about Odell Beckham and. All right, now that's your segue. Let's
Yeah,
go.
player, go ahead and lace they boots.
So
Give them
Odell
down.
and Diddy and Drewski. Diddy and Odell. So Odell was accused of
Allegedly.
allegedly, as OJ said,
Oh man.
Lace them, young Cuddy.
that he was at a Diddy party.
Allegedly.
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 Him
Mo
and
Diddy.
Drewski.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's all I want to say.
All right, well, we're going to
Allegedly.
pass it on
Thank
because
you.
I know why you said that, but go ahead because it was, he don't want to say that it was sexual assault.
Yeah,
right,
so
go ahead.
this is something as far as that's been added to, like you proceeded to say, or lead to the sexual assault case against Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout some findings, and, witness statements or testimony,
Mm-hmm.
additional names, were brought up throughout this case. So those were some of the names. There were some other names as well. Just an FYI. You know what I mean?
Of
Jaguar
course.
Wright. You know what I'm saying? A lot of names, a list of names, as they said. I got a list of names. There was a list of names.
Jaguar Wright, she actually said that, she was like an accomplice to some things and she was a voyeur of some things,
Yeah, man. But yeah, now like I said, remember what I told you? Like it's gonna be a domino effect. It's gonna be a list of names given because
I
nobody
think
is
they
going
threw her
down.
name in there for her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but she probably already didn't testify.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why.
She
See, that's what's
testified
gonna happen.
before all
But
of
see, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what's gonna happen throughout these testimonies. That's where the urban's gonna get dropped. You see what I'm saying? And that's when because people ain't going down by themselves.
No, definitely not.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
He
these
was-
people ain't street people.
Right,
they're
exactly.
not street
That's the thing. But the thing
They're
about it
industry
is,
people.
right. But the thing about it is that's the thing. So they're not. There's no hood in them.
They better watch First 48. They know they're going to get the same time.
Man. They don't understand it though. But that's the thing. They ain't never been exposed to it. The lack of exposure, like, is terrifying. Like. They put them niggas in a holding tank for 2-3 hours. Nigga, they lost and came out of there, nigga.
I'ma get 20
I'ma
years?
get what?
Yeah,
Oh,
doing it.
All he had me do was pour the baby oil out the
What?
roof.
Oh, God.
Off the ceiling.
What?
And he told me to aim right here. I didn't know that he was going to have the butt crack
full
right there.
instructions. They gonna give them full instructions. They not like what? I'm about to for Diddy? Huh? You want me to? Oh hell no.
And I'm getting 100 bands.
What you want to know?
Sign me
And I'm
up.
getting 100 bands.
What you want to know?
Yeah.
What you want to know?
First, let me get some Daxby's.
You see what I'm saying?
Let me get some Daxby's chicken
Man,
strips
what?
because they ain't in Cali.
You know what
They
I'm
ain't
saying?
somewhere else eating Crystal burgers.
Man, what?
Give me some
Living the
Miss
good
Winners.
life?
Some
What?
Miss Winners
Living
chicken.
The
know what I'm
good
saying?
life something? And all I
Man.
gotta do is tell?
Yeah.
All I gotta do is, huh?
Unreal.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, here you go.
You know,
Yeah,
niggas
put
on the
my
street
name.
on First 48, they're telling you for some Fritos and a Pepsi.
What? And a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you sneak the
I
cigarette.
can smoke in here? Oh, man. That nigga Juice. He put me on to this shit.
told me the whole thing 2 weeks
Him and Cuddy.
Him and Cuddy.
Hey, he been there. Famulations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On top of this.
That was family. That was Familton on Topless.
It was in the back of the back of
You
them.
know what I'm saying? See, they told me to get all
They
black
found,
on.
they
That's
found
all-
the evidence in the back of the back of them.
They told me to put all black on, so I went to the back of the. All I had was an all black Nike tracksuit
Yeah.
with
Thank
the black and white Dion's.
Thank
That's
you.
how y'all saw me on camera, because that's me. You see them Dion's?
You see
They
I'm
cost
dripped
$600.
out there doing
You know
the
what I'm
murder.
saying? Yeah, I'm
Doing
dripped
the
out
caper,
there,
nigga, with
And-
the drip on.
And all I did was drive them. Also, they did find the driver of the Ronnie murder. You know what I'm saying? They arrested the two guys and they got the girl. You know what I'm saying? That drove them to it. You know what I'm saying? She fucked up her life, left her 3 kids at home. You know what I'm saying? All types
Cold
of dumb
game,
shit.
man. Cold
Yeah,
game, man.
but
Like I
yeah.
said, domino
Act
effect.
like she was
man.
out of town.
That
And
shit, domino effect, man.
Stupid.
That shit, domino effect. How that shit.
left
all
her kids with the
worked
neighbor.
out.
Man,
You heard about that?
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like a domino effect, man. Like it don't affect
Somebody
one
got
life.
the low on him and it just happened.
Multiples. It don't
Yeah.
affect one life. Multiples.
Multiple. So, man, back to the Drewski shit, right? So, I kind of like Drewski. I started watching that show he got, Could Have Been Love show. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Drewski, though, you know, Drewski is a smart guy, first of all. I do got to say that because I seen him on ESPN talking about his college degree. He talking about how he was in school with somebody that worked for ESPN and things of that nature.
Right.
So he was already on his way to be a media star, but he chose the comedy, and him having a media degree, he just chose to go that route.
Him,
You know what I'm
Desi
saying?
Banks, and a couple other dudes, they started together.
Yeah, so it's like when we watch social media, we think these dudes are stupid, they funny, they dumb, but these dudes be having degrees and they're into all of this because they went to school for all of this. You know what I'm saying?
So they know the ins and outs.
And like me personally, I ain't gonna believe the 100% of that story because Drewski, that nigga like studs. You know what I'm saying? He a nigga that likes
Talking
studs.
about Diddy.
You know what I'm
We're
saying?
talking about a Diddy party.
We talking about a Diddy party,
Allegedly.
but I bet these are females
Allegedly.
that's alleging something
yeah, yeah.
against them.
That's some bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? I bet these are females.
because
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
allegedly rape allegations.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and there's been responses. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all go do your own research, but it is what it is. But like I said from the jump, if you can go back when we got on the Diddy shit, I told you, nigga, it's gonna be a domino effect. It's gonna be a list of names, and the names is still gonna keep coming all throughout.
Diddy ain't going down by himself.
2025 is about the list of names.
I personally don't think Diddy is gonna go down. I think they're gonna get this nigga time served. This is just me. I think they're gonna whenever this is over, it's probably gonna be 2-3 years away, and they're gonna get this nigga time served. Whatever, they might put him on house arrest.
You
know,
He could get pardoned. He could get
You thinking that
sentenced
he
and
gonna
get
be on some
pardoned.
R. Kelly shit? That he
I
gonna
think
give him
that,
20,
I think
30
that
years?
now
Oh yeah, it's up though.
it's up.
It's up.
Because
It's up though.
there's just too many. It's too much. It's too many people involved. It's too many loose ends. Just imagine if for 20 years you've been loose, and now in 2023, 24, you can't even think of all the people you fucked over.
I know.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Just be real with yourself.
No, I said
You
that.
can't
And like
even,
I said.
you can't even think of all the people you fucked over 5 years ago.
And the people you fired and hired that was doing the shit for you.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's gonna be this year is gonna be the year of a list of names because there's
So-
gonna be a lot of people. You know, we ain't talked about we ain't gonna go into that, but there's certain legendary individuals who have passed away recently, and I told y'all about this, but I'm telling you, all of that is coming. It's gonna be right behind this. As soon as they get done with the Diddy, then it's gonna be, oh, let's talk about so and so.
Right. Let me just say this real quick. So, when did Diddy get arrested? Was it summertime or like October? It was It was some months ago, right?
Yeah, it was right after
It was some
September.
time ago.
Now, so we've been hearing, nigga, no Diddy. That's been the phrase, right?
No
Diddy
Diddy.
did this, right? So something else happened. We haven't talked about Diddy for a long time in social media world. Haven't talked about him for a long time. Why are we talking about him today? because Drewski name was in it. Because
Right.
the other person name was
Right.
in it.
Odell Beckham.
Odell
Right.
Beckham. Odell Beckham, I mean, I think Drewski name hold more weight than Odell Beckham.
Well-
the reason why I say that real
He's
quick
just more relevant.
is
But
because
the
Odell
receipts-
Beckham done already been caught with Justin Bieber on camera
But-
doing other shit.
once
So we
again-
already know.
So, this is the thing. When Bloods hang out with Bloods, they hang out with Bloods. Now, you just said that him and Justin Bieber was in a sticky situation.
Right.
But who's at the Diddy parties?
Well, it wasn't
JB.
Justin.
Both of
Justin
them.
was
Odell
scared.
Beckham and who?
Yeah, but
And Justin
he was
Bieber.
scared of Diddy.
No, I do understand that, but what I'm saying is the reason why I said that I don't think Diddy is gonna get all of that time that people want him to get is because like they done kind of swept that under the rug. So now another top name is brought up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh, now the Diddy case is relevant again. That nigga was probably eating fried chicken and shit and chilling in jail, like just waiting on his chance to get out. And then now, okay, you bring another celebrity
motherfucker.
name in here to be like, oh, let's bring this case back to the social media and let's blow it back up again.
Of course,
You know
that's
what
how
I'm
they
saying?
make their money.
That's how they make their money.
That's exactly
'Cause now
right.
let's
yeah,
accuse
but
another
it's,
person.
but it's not about
Went to the
that.
hospital the other day.
Who?
Did he? Went to the hospital the other day.
We have no idea.
Supposedly, I just reading an article. They went to the hospital for a knee injury.
Oh, knee
man.
injury.
They
God
put the
damn.
cramps on him.
No. He was on his knees.
He was on his knees.
That's
He was on his
He
knees.
was on his knees.
You know what I'm
That nigga
saying?
had a knee
And
injury.
usually he has some knee pads.
Nigga got
They got no knee
tendonitis.
You know
pads.
what I'm saying?
Nigga got
Hell yeah.
tendonitis.
He got no
Damn, did
knee
he?
pads.
On the real. We gonna end on that note.
He don't got no
SD
knee pads in the pokey.
SD ready to go. He winding up his shit.
No, I got to take my son, man. He's texting me.
Oh
like what
man,
it
you over
is.
there texting?
He hungry. He didn't eat before he came. He decided he wanted to go outside and shoot more baskets.
Ain't nothing
And then
wrong
he
with
came
that.
here starving.
Ain't
What you
nothing wrong
gonna
with
eat?
that.
What you gonna eat? What's on the menu? What do you? Why you keep looking at your daddy, man? Huh? Don't do that.
You
Okay.
good?
What's up? What you want to
You
eat?
good, Big Cuddy?
What you want to eat? We put Hassan on the spot. Hassan act like he's 6 years old sometimes.
Dude, 12.
Daddy, what,
You the
what
big-
do I
you the
want to
big
eat?
little Cuddy,
No,
man.
what
You
do
straight.
you want to eat?
I made grilled chicken at the house.
Give it to
Oh
him.
shit, you gonna
Oh,
eat
that's
that.
what you gonna eat.
I made ribs. I ate all mine, so go home make me a peanut
That's
butter
what you
jelly
gonna go
sandwich.
get some of that, some of that good grilled. Don't
Yeah.
be stupid.
Get some last words before you leave.
All right, man.
Pasadena Pop. Not you, nigga.
Okay, my bad.
We're gonna go to the youngin' first.
Go to the.
Last words, man. Sit up, man.
You good?
You ain't coming no more if you can't get no energy.
No, he's straight. That's his vibe, man. Tell him I got my vibe, bro. You see my
Yeah,
hair?
yeah. We already know how this
You see
these
my
new
hair,
kids
boy?
are. You can't be on them like that.
You see my hair, player? I'm up.
Talk about what you want to say, Pop.
I need a nap.
You need
Thank
no. You
you.
need sleep. There ain't no napping no 10 o'clock at night. It's time to go to bed. You gonna eat and go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you do at Top Golf?
I beat my dad.
Did you?
Yeah. I didn't beat you though.
Oh man.
He learned from me. That's the reason why.
Don't listen to this dude. I never went to Top Golf. Oh yeah, I'm lying now, huh?
On yourself. That's all though. You just on yourself. Not on that message, nigga. You just on camera too. Oh, we got that. Yeah, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Top Golf was fun for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You thinking about playing golf when you get older?
No.
No? So you didn't like it that much? Or you just like the swing and not the game?
I just like the game.
No, you just like the swing, not the
Yeah.
game. Okay.
I just like hitting the golf ball.
Yeah,
it
for
is.
sure. Batting
did
practice,
throw it.
basically.
Didn't let me.
Huh?
My dad didn't let me.
Let you what?
He said he was gonna throw it.
Oh, no, I told you not to throw it too. Shit, we both did.
He's a boss.
Yeah,
See,
he
that's
cheating.
that young thinking.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm
nigga,
saying? I'ma
I
just
ain't
throw
gonna
it in the
swing
hole.
it, nigga. I'm just gonna throw
Uh-huh.
it where I want it. See, that's how the youngest get down. They smart. Like, nigga, there's a loophole to this.
I'm not going to go to work. I'm going to just scam the bank.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Don't have that mentality, man. You got to work hard, play hard. You know what I'm
He
saying?
figured that shit out real fast.
Yeah, you feel me? Last words from Pasadena Pops. Pasadena Shine.
Man, summertime is approaching us.
Definitely.
It's coming fast, man. And we just want to be mindful, man, of, other people, attitudes. We want to be mindful of, what other people are going through, and just be respectful, man. And try to just take a moment and hear somebody out, man. Even if they look like they're going through a mental health crisis, whatever it is, just take a moment to hear them out. You'll be surprised how far that goes.
100.
Facts.
100. And this ain't my last words, but since he said summer approaching, I got some new ingrained shit coming out for Famously Broke. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be
Yeah,
stupid.
you know what I'm saying? Be a beast and be fierce. You know what I'm saying? That's the only little segue I'm going to give y'all that. You know what I'm saying? When it's on, I'm going to flash it, wear it, show y'all, let y'all know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Last words, Floss Bizzle.
Man, I always got to leave you with stay focused on your mission and not your condition, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, love yourself. Because you can't love nobody else until you love thyself. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, and then the vultures out here. All the vultures that's coming out here and taking advantage of those who have survived these wildfires. Please stop it. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a lot of resources that are being absorbed by people that don't even live in a fire zone. So let's please stop that. Let's allow those that have really been affected the opportunity to get to and utilize the resources that have been privy to them, not you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's just what I want to say. And as always, man, town business.
Yes. Man, my last words is this, man. Be kind to your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You never know what other people going through. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people like to put what they got going on other people and feel like, oh, this motherfucker ain't been through what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So they don't feel the pain. But if I got shot and you got stabbed, I can't tell you how your stab wound feel, and you can't tell me how the gunshot wound feel.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So, if people hurting, regardless what it is, man, let them hurt like they want to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Let them go through how they want to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to always big up your shit like, oh, my shit was harder than yours, because you don't know. You don't know if it's harder. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't feel what they feel and they don't feel what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So we always got to have empathy for thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, just be better. Be better than you was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And, we're going to plan for a better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Famously Broke. Shout out to New Wave Barbershop. New Wave Shop Talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pasadena Shine, you know what I'm saying? What's understood, you know what I'm saying?
On all platforms.
On all platforms. Slap by the Pound, Floss B, all platforms, you know what I'm saying? Pasadena Pop, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry, bitch. You know what I'm saying? On all platforms, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
We got it for you.
We got it for you, you know what I'm saying? So, we going to get out of here, man.
I'm trying to get some foots out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, anything but that. Anything but that.
We gonna get this nigga some boiled chicken knuckles for dinner. You know what I'm saying? And we out. We ain't gonna give him a chance to respond. Peace.
You're now tuned in to the number one podcast. I give you New Wave Shop Talk, Shop Talk, Shop Talk.